Good morning, welcome to our exercise engineering session. This morning's class will be doing corrective exercises to help balance out our muscular instability and joint systems instability. And then we'll be doing upper body strengthening, overhead or chest pressing as you prefer, and also a series of reverse lunges, single leg stance. And if those are too challenging, we'll offer modifications as well, always throughout the classes. To begin, I always like to focus on our basic posture. So we'll just stand really tall if you could. The feet under the hips. You should feel contact on the floor with the toes, the outsides of the feet and heels. Ideally, that would be even. When you're standing, you'll notice things are a little bit off track here. So just slightly bring the shoulders back, stand tall. Now, the important thing for the chin, in everyday life, our heads fall forward because of all this computer work. So instead of being here, we need to do the opposite. So if you stand tall horizontally, don't pull the chin down, but pull the chin horizontally back. As you do that, the chin ideally is parallel to the floor. If you're a bit restricted, not to worry, we're going to work on it. And if you could bring one hand here to the lower abdomen, to the abdomen right around the navel, the other hand here at the chin, like this, and so that you just can feel the contact, the chin is pulled back. Stand tall. Now we're just holding that position. And with your eyes, look up and down 3 times slowly, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. Okay, now keep looking down with your eyes. Don't shift the head though. Do a deep diaphragmatic breath. You should feel your belly expand. No lifting the chest, no lifting the shoulders. And full exhalation. When you exhale, really squeeze in the waist. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then we'll switch sides. Other hand on stomach. Fingers on the chin. Pull the head back again. Tuck the chin a bit. Try to be centered here. And the eyes, when you're doing this action with your eyes, with your head in this position, you're elongating the neck and releasing the suboccipital muscles in your neck that are holding your head on your skull, that are restricting some of your neck movements. And now look down with your eyes. Full deep breath, diaphragmatic breath into the belly, into the sides, even into the lower back. Full exhalation, squeeze your stomach in right to the lower abdomen so you feel your glutes and toes are engaged, arches are lifted. And then recover. Okay, so I'll need to explain a few things. When we do our corrective exercise series, we're going to start on the floor. If you cannot lie down on the floor, I really would suggest that you just lie down in bed, that's fine. You'll need a few pieces of equipment. If you do not have them, not to worry, you can just follow along without the equipment, and in the future see if you can try to pick up these items. So first, if you have some kind of a small ball, something like a Pilates ball, I use this candle, it's a beeswax candle, it's about 6 inches in length, and then a broomstick you'll need, and a massage ball, if you have a tennis ball or something like that. Before we come to the floor, we're just going to here roll out the bottoms of the feet. That always feels really good to help the plantar fascia. Switch to the other foot. We'll be doing a number of different activities here in the classes. So if you would like to spend more time on some of these, do everything at your own pace. Join in as you like to with the following exercises. Okay, so comfortably, we're going to come down to the floor. I think let's try this. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Hip hinge back. Walk your hands down your legs. And then if you can get the floor, whatever you can manage, walk the hands forward. So you're like a downward dog position. And then bring the knees down. Very nice. And now to lie down, we're going to lie down on toward the left side. Bring the left elbow down, left leg back. And then pivot over. Very nice. All right, so here we go. First thing, this muscle here, it's called the TFL tensor fascia lata. It's right here. See, there's this crease in the top of the leg. Now, I think most of you should be able to do this. You can stand up at the wall if it doesn't work for you on the floor, but ideally you put it like this. See this right in front of the hips, and you just lie down on the floor. And the ball, you move it toward the outside, and you'll feel a band, kind of a tight band between the pelvis and your leg. This tensor fascia lata muscle gets strained and overworked from sitting, and the quads overworking, and the glutes not engaging well enough. So then switch to the other side. If you want to spend more time, you can. If it's really painful, I mean, that's an indication for you, we need to deal with this. And you might, just reduce the pressure or whatever you can manage. Over weeks and months of training, these imbalances will start to even out. It's very exciting. Okay, so we'll put the ball aside for now. So the first exercise here with the broomstick is a pelvic alignment move. And if your quads or hamstrings are really tight, it will be a little painful. Your hamstrings might cramp. If they do, then just follow along, and you'll notice they'll gradually start releasing. So arms are just slightly wider than the legs. Your arms should be straight. You see one leg is forward, the other leg is back. Okay, now press the shoulders back to the floor. Your arms are straight, your chin is tucked down, and just press the legs into the bar, keeping the arms even. I like to engage the glutes, bear down with your abs so you stabilize your pelvic floor, and then breathe. And just hold. Then switch sides. Again, if your hamstrings are cramping, just relax the legs for a moment and then give it a try again. Usually it takes a moment here to activate the proper muscles. And now just switch the legs, the other leg is forward. Both legs are contacting the bar. And just focus on making yourself even tension with your arms, even tension with your legs. Keep the chin pulling down. And breathe. And recover. You see this pressure in your thigh muscles and in the hamstring muscles. That'll help release them. So rather than stretching, you'll get your alignment along with the release of those tissues. Switch the legs. Again, other leg is forward. Keep your double chin. Head should be on the floor. If you need a pillow to support your head, that's fine, but you do want to elongate the back of the neck. Make sure you're breathing. And switch the legs again, last rep. The shoulders should be back toward the floor. Arms are straight, strong grip with your hands. The legs are centered, like in line with the hips. Be careful of the leg that's further away from you. That one tends to lag out to the side. And recover. And just rest for a moment. So there the purpose was to balance the pelvis. Now we're going to work on activating the muscles on the inside of the hips and the outside of the hips. This is one I would use here. I have this candle 6 inches about. You can use a pillow, it's a bit soft. A small ball, you can use a soccer ball, is really good. But arms are by the sides. Your feet are just comfortably set, toes are pointing forward, the same width as the knees. We'll bring the right hand to the lower ribs. Elongate the back of your neck, keep the shoulders back into the floor. Press the left arm down. Squeeze your buttock muscles, engage your glutes firmly. Bear down with your abs. Your lower back should be slightly off the floor. And now squeeze the ball, the implement with your knees. Hold all of that firm and breathe into your waist without lifting the shoulders. Complete exhalation, squeeze in your abdomen, squeeze in the sides, but not using the chest. Keep the shoulders back. One more breath like that. Keep squeezing. Use your glutes. Keep the chin down. Then recover. Generally, the activation drills are 10 seconds, work hard, and recommended 30 seconds. We won't take that long of a rest though. Okay, now other side. So right arm is by the side, palm facing the floor. Left hand just by the lower ribs. That's to make sure your ribs don't flare. Keep the chin pulling down. Keep the shoulders back and level. Okay, now bear down with your abs. Your lower back should be a little bit off the floor, not jamming into the floor. Squeeze your buttock muscles from the sides. Then squeeze the implement with your knees. Hold all of that tightly. Brace yourself with your abs again. Keep the ribs down. Okay, and now you breathe. Breathe into the waist. As you breathe out, squeeze your waist into your sides. Good, one more breath like that and see if you can even exhale, squeeze in the lower abdomen. Make sure you're using your glutes and not just the groin muscles. And rest. When those groin muscles, the inside of the hips are overactive, that's often why we get this pain on the inside or outside of knees. Just relax for a moment. Okay, so next for the core activation, if you have a big stability ball, you can use that. Since we're all here, you might just practice without it today. So you want to imagine you're hugging your ball with your arms. That opens up your chest. Your arms are quite wide. If you can get in touch, think about your shoulder blades by the armpits. Try to squeeze those shoulder blades into the armpits underneath, like on the side ribs. Set your double chin again. Now lift the legs. Hold everything really stable and firm. With your eyes, look to one side, and now let your body follow your eyes, rocking to the side, just like a cradle. When you get to end range, turn your eyes the other direction. Let your body follow your eyes. When you get to end range, turn the eyes, not your head. Your head should stay completely in line with your spine. And just rocking like that side to side, just like a cradle would. The cradle doesn't break in the middle. You should be feeling your abdominal muscles when you're doing this action. Try not to let the legs go forward. Everything holds, same position, stable. And recover for a moment. This will help you getting, in and out of bed if you're a golfer or a gardener, rotating around out of the car. Okay, arms up again and set again, same position. We're doing one more set, the same thing. Now this time we're going to focus more on the breathing. So as you go to the side, eyes are leading and you're breathing in. And to change direction, turn the eyes and pull your stomach in, exhale, squeeze your stomach in, that was good. Then go the other way. Turn the eyes, not your head, and exhale, pull your stomach in. Use your diaphragm to help protect your spine for the rotations. Diaphragm is the main core stabilizer. And when we sit, our diaphragm just gets compressed and we reduce the range of motion of activation of the diaphragm. So here we want to expand our diaphragm fully and just relax. And just take one really deep breath. Okay, now we're going to stand up together and let's roll all the way over onto the left side. Right onto your stomach, really. Bring both elbows down, right knee forward. So you're coming up on the right knee, left elbow. So now we're in this crawl position, hands and knees. Lift the hips up, small steps, walk the feet forward, flatten the feet. And hip hinge to standing. And if you're a little dizzy, take your time always, of course. So now we're going to stand up. In everyday life, we need to do all of those actions when we're moving around. Here, if you have a stretchy band, that would be great. If you do not, then you'll just again do the same movement without it. The band is this kind of a mini band. There are people who have ones that are a bit thick and it goes around your legs. You might sit down to put it on, right? Make sure you're stable and concentrated. Fine. Okay, so, yeah, oh, okay, wait, hold on here. Sorry, my mistake here. Let's take that band off again. So here we're working on strengthening our feet and arches along with our hips and core. For the feet, you see I have these two pens, these markers. I like using acorns. And we want, it's not that you have an arch support, but it gives you a sense of what your feet are doing. So it's called tactile sense. So you put the pen like this under the arch, so the tip of the pen is just in the arch of your foot. And your feet will be out to the side of it like that. So you have the pens just under the arches slightly, okay? Now I like to use acorns, it really activates the arches firmly. Okay, so that will help you to strengthen your arches and prevent your arches from falling. Okay, so next we're going back to this band. So now again, be really careful here. I would suggest most of you want to sit down to put it on. Now, one concept of the band is we want to strengthen muscles to give our knees support. So don't let your knees come in. You always want to have the knees pushing out to the sides. And then you have your pens underneath your arches. And if it's painful, just skip it. But that would be the ideal. So this will help you strengthen your feet, your arches, your ankles. Keep the knees out. Knees and toes, same direction. No out toeing, make sure you're not letting your toes angle out to the sides. That's fine. Arms are up in front like this. Now imagine you've got a basketball between your elbows. Set your double chin. Squeeze your elbows into the basketball. You should feel the muscles underneath your armpits engaging. That's the serratus anterior muscle. Bear down. Sorry for this description. Bear down like you're having a bowel movement. That will help you activate the musculature of the pelvic floor. Keep the toes down, arches up, knees out. Hold that position. Breathe into the waist. Breathe out, squeeze everything into you, but keep the knees out, elbows in, chin, double chin. Now stand up a little bit, take the pressure off. We're doing that 3 times only. That was number 1. Okay, arms set, double chin, squeeze the basketball, feel it under your armpits on the side of the ribs. Hip hinge back a little. Keep looking slightly down, don't let your head tip up. Big toes are down, arches up, keep the shoulders down from the ears. Breathe. This is a postural stability hold. And rest a little bit to engage the external rotators, the lateral muscles of our bodies, arms up, hip hinge back. And set toes, arches are up, knees are out, glutes engaged. Double chin, squeeze the basketball, bear down, shoulders are down, and you're breathing. You should feel this mostly on the outside of the hips and on the side ribs under the armpits. Careful stand. Okay, and now again, don't let the knees come crashing in. Bring your feet closer together. And then if you need to sit down, carefully take the band off. Okay, great. And now just walk and recover. All right, so we're going to start out, now we've got our legs and hips prepared. We're going to start doing the lower body strengthening work today. We're doing reverse lunges. People have different levels of ability, so I'm going to try to accommodate everybody's needs here. So let's say option 1 will always be the easier version, option 2, more challenging. You'll need a weight. If you want to hold on to a chair or something, fine. If you have a weight, that it can be even a water bottle or something. And the option 1 group, I'll just show everyone quickly. You'll have one hand holding on like this, the elbow by the side, and the hand is like this in front of the shoulder. The action is reverse lunge. That means step back and step forward. Okay, everybody, just for one moment, let's practice together. So we'll say left hand is holding on to the weight. Left hand is holding on, elbow tucked. Right hand at the lower ribs are holding onto your chair. Left leg step back, heel up, step forward. Make sure at the back that the heel is up and the knee is a little flexed. Then switch to the other side. We're just practicing 2, arm is holding on, right hand, right leg back. The important thing with the knees here is, first of all, the back leg, the knee should be pointing forward, front leg, knee is pointing forward. You don't want to let the knees go in. So that will be option 1. Option 2 group is a different grip on the weight. It's called a goblet grip. If you have a kettlebell, it's like this. It's kind of like you hold on to a goblet. If you have a dumbbell, it's like this. The heels of your hands are under it. Okay. Now, if you would like to, and I'm just suggesting over time you might figure out how you might do this. Can you see I have a stretchy band like this? It's attached to a table. I'm making sure that it's really safe. And I have the band around my knee. So the band is directly to the side. You see it's under the front leg. It's around the front knee. The purpose of that is when you step back, it forces you to keep your knee out because you have to counterbalance that force. Okay, most of you won't have that today, so don't worry about it. But in the future, you might like to give that a try. It looks a bit ominous, but once you try it, it makes you actually significantly more stable. Now let's see if I can figure out a good view with this camera. I don't know that you'll see the whole body. I apologize for that. We'll do something. If I move my computer, it will get cut off. Okay, my head's cut off. Sorry about that. All right, everybody ready? So let's see, you'll have the people that are doing the one arm position. Left hand is holding on to the weight. The people that are doing goblet grip, both hands are holding on, as we described. Everybody get ready. Okay, brace your abs. Brace the shoulder blades under the armpits. Double chin. For this set, we're doing 10 repetitions. Left leg will go back. So you just step back, step forward, left leg. Left leg goes back, right leg stays. And recover. I suggest putting the weight down. We're going to be doing 3 sets on each side. This particular exercise has really been shown to be very effective for knee strengthening. However, you must be very sure about the positions. If you let your knee go in, it's making it worse. If you hold the knee in place, you'll help strengthen it. Okay, so now the one arm group, Right hand is holding on to the weight. Everybody's ready. Double chin. Bear down with your abs. Right leg goes back. Keep the left knee out. Don't let the left knee collapse in. And recover. The weight down for a moment. So here you get your cardio training too. I love it. So you're strengthening your cardio and muscular balancing work. Okay, other side. This time, I think we'll just keep going the same way. Left hand has the weight or goblet grip. Left leg goes back. And rest. That was excellent. That was really, really good focus. Okay, now put the weight down for a sec. Recover properly. This time, okay, right hand will have the weight, or both hands. This time, please make sure the chin, keep that double chin. Do not allow your head to go forward. Head should be centered and chin pulled back. Everyone ready? Right hand has the weight, or both hands have the weight. Left knee, don't let it go in. Right leg goes back. And rest. Okay, that was really good. So now one more set each side. Okay, now this time, the focus here, the main working group is the front leg glutes. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, pick up the weight. Left hand or both hands. Left leg is going back. Now think of your right glutes. Your right glutes are the main driving force. Set that really stable position. Left leg goes back. Use the right glutes. That was perfect. Good. That was fantastic. Rest. That's the secret of balance. Getting the feet and glutes connecting properly. Strong core, stable core, double chin position. Okay, left leg now. The left leg is the working leg. That's the one that stays to the front. So either right hand with the weight or both hands. Get yourself really centered, double chin. Right leg goes back. Now focus left glutes. and recover. Okay, now we'll put the weight down. Okay, that was great. Just walk around a little bit now. We're going to start with our pressing, the chest pressing. Let me just show you this here. So this is, you see how I have my band attached? And you pull out like that. So the knee, because some of you I know will want to do this. And even if you just practice on your own and standing properly, like of course you have to be really safe, but it's the outside. This is a really important thing. The outside leg is in the band so that when you step back, the band is pulling the knee in, and then it forces you to keep your knee out. So, you know, if that valgus knee issue, most of us have that from sitting. When you sit, your knees, it forces your knees to go in. So now we need to do the opposite. Okay, that was great. Okay, now when we do that chest pressing for upper body strength, this is really critical because we don't do enough with our upper bodies. Our fingers fly over keyboards, and then our arms and shoulders fall apart, and we have all these rotator cuff problems. So we want to get stronger. Option one, you lie down on the floor or bed, and you do just a chest press. So here, I'm going to demonstrate the floor version for a second. If you know what you're doing, if you want to just get started with something, this is your option right now. If you want to do something immediately, you stand like this, forehead and arms against like this, hands facing the wall, forehead and toes are touching. That will help you get prepared for the weightlifting component. Those of you who are new, here I'll just demonstrate this here. So you lie down. It's a horizontal push action. You can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell or even, you know, a can of soup or something. You can have both legs straight or both legs bent or one leg straight, like either way is fine. But the action is elbow to the floor and then push. Elbow to the floor. And if you can see, the elbow here is 6 inches to the side. The weight is directly over the elbow. Okay, you don't want the shoulder to move around. So when the weight comes down, make sure it doesn't fall into the stomach. So that would be the horizontal press. Okay, so the option two is pressing overhead. If you have problems with your shoulders, you might do the horizontal one for now. And it's just same concept, we're just pushing up overhead press. So you decide. Over time, everybody, we do want to do the overhead press. Okay, so now we're getting started. We're all starting with left arm pressing. Overhead press group, just don't let the weight come down like that. The lying down group, start with the arms straight up to the sky, bring the elbow down. I'm counting sets of 15. Double chin, bear down with your abs, engage your glutes, and then press at your pace. Keep the shoulder down from the ear. And recover. I would again put the weight down, reset your body. Okay, left arm. I'm sorry, right arm this time. The people who are lying down, as I mentioned, the weight should be always over the elbow. So when your arm comes down, don't let your weight drop into your chest or stomach. Everybody put the left hand on the lower ribs. Everybody keep the right shoulder back and down. Don't let the shoulder lift up, shoulder down as you press. That's perfect. And rest. Okay, ready? So now back to the left arm. If you're on the floor, the elbow, when you come down, it shouldn't be jammed in, it should be just slightly out to the side, not too far though. The lifting overhead group, make sure you don't let the weight drop below the shoulder, it should always be above shoulder height when you bring the arm down. Second set. Keep the chin back, double chin position, everybody. Keep the left shoulder down as you press. One rest. Okay, right arm. Okay, again, the left hand at the lower ribs. Make sure the chin issue, often the chin starts gradually going forward. So constantly remind yourself, pull the chin back. The purpose here, when you do that, is you lengthen your spine to prevent degeneration of the disc in your spine, your neck, right arm. And you're providing muscular support to give that support to your spine. The standing grip, you should really be feeling your glutes engaged. And recover. Yeah, that was brilliant. Okay, so this time, the people on the floor, make sure you're engaging your abdominal muscles as you press. The standing group, think of the opposite glute. So everybody ready, we're starting left arm is pressing. Floor group, you're bracing your abs, bearing down, keeping the shoulders back. The standing group, left arm. Set the arm up. Every time you lift, engage your right glutes, left arm press. Right glutes, left arm press. Recover. All the time, if you get fatigued as we're going through a set, then don't force yourself, don't strain, just put the weight down for a minute and then start again. Okay, everybody, right arm. So floor grip, you're thinking brace your abs and press. Standing group. Left glutes engage, right arm press, keep the chin back. Okay, and now put the weight down. Okay, that was super. Now just recover here for just a moment. Okay, so now going back to our leg strengthening work. We're going to work on the feet next. In the course, they didn't really address the feet very much, but we do know that in research, 35% more, our feet atrophy 35% more than the rest of our bodies. That means the muscles degenerate in your feet way faster than the rest of you. So for today, there are two options. If you have a toe pro, this is a toe pro. This helps for feet strengthening. We're just doing one exercise on it, both feet on it, it's facing the wall. You hold on to the wall, and the first step, your legs are straight but not locked. You come up on the toes of both feet, hold for 5 seconds, and then back down. So that's option one. If you don't have a toe pro, you can do the same thing. Just feet are on the floor, you come up onto the toes, hold for 5 seconds, then down. If your calves are cramping, don't lift, just press the toes down. The calves are cramping because your toes aren't engaging well enough. Okay, so that's option one. Just both feet are on the floor, lift, hold, lower. Option two, I suggest everybody try this. If if you can't, then okay. But you need to be able to be really strong on one foot. So it's like this, left foot up, right foot on the floor. Ideally, most people should definitely hold on. And the right leg is pretty straight but not locked. And it goes like this. You just lift and lower, up, down, at a 1 second pace. Don't strain. Just do, if you can't lift, just press your toes down, that's good. I'm gonna try it without holding on. But they shouldn't be wobbling around. Everybody ready? Left foot off the floor if you can, or else you do the 2 feet version. Right leg is straight but not locked. Then up, down. We're doing this for a minute. So whenever you're tired, you just walk around. If you're cramping with your calves, as I said, don't lift, just press your toes down. It just means your arches aren't strong enough. Okay, everyone just recover. If you've done the one leg work, you should probably really notice the difference between the 2 feet. Okay. So now both, if you're doing the toe pro series, this time, the first set, your legs were straight like this. This time your knees are bent a little, and you just come up on the toes, hold for 5 seconds. You don't like worry about going really high, okay? We're doing this for a minute because you need to go for a long walk. You need your plantar fascia to be strong for your long walk. Okay, or you're doing the single leg, right foot is up, left foot up, down, according to your ability. And then walk a bit. And you mean your whole body's participating, right? But just notice how much stronger your feet are feeling now. They'll become more muscular over time too. I've seen that, of course, with everybody. Your arches get stronger, it's really thrilling. Okay, and if you don't do that, then your feet get weaker and then you lose your balance. So here we go. So now we're doing one more thing only. Next is rotator cuff. So we need our upper body strength component. And next we just want to make sure smaller muscle groups, rotator cuff is strong. Today we're going to do, okay, let's practice without a band first. So if you just stand like this, bring your elbows in front of your shoulders. We'll incorporate this in the Monday classes. We'll do other rotator cuff on other days. So you see that elbows are in front of shoulders. Really important, you keep the shoulders down from the ears. Do not allow the shoulders to lift up here. The point is, you want to strengthen outside. Why people get pain here is it's too weak. You're not holding the arms in place. So keep the shoulders down. And then incrementally walk the elbows up. Little bit, little bit, little bit. Keeping the shoulders down. And then now walk back down. Very small steps like that. That's really good. Okay, so option here, you can do this at the wall. It's best to do this facing the wall. And if you'd like to do this, it's surprisingly strenuous. You see this grip, it's in my hands. This is really, really good for strengthening your shoulder external rotators. It's wall walking, forearm wall walking. So, but don't start with your elbows down low. Elbows are at shoulder height. Elbows in, hands out. Now, most people, your feet, you're standing vertically, your toes are not at the wall. Okay, most people just hold there, keep the elbows in and push the hands out. And notice you should feel that on the outside of your shoulders. If you can do it, don't lift your shoulders, keep your double chin, just walk the elbows up a little bit. Keep the chin tucked. That's better. And then walk the elbows down. Only to shoulder level though, don't let them go down low. Keep your shoulders down. Once more like that. Rest. And again, you can feel how your whole body is working, right? Your core is working, your glutes are working, your arches are hard, like everything. And that's your external rotators to balance out the sitting issue. Okay, we're doing that again. If it's too hard to let the elbows go up, or if you don't like it, you just bring the arms up and just stay like that. That's totally fine. Just get those external rotators firing. Okay, so shoulders are down from the ears. Before you start out, double chin, elbows in, hands out. Notice how your glutes engage. That's so good. Keep those toes down, right? Arches are up. Okay, now keep your chin down. Keep the shoulders down as you walk the hands up. It's really hard. Walk the elbows down. Keep breathing. Don't let your left shoulder lift. And rest. Okay. And if you feel burning in muscles here in the deltoid, that's why you're doing it. And the reason is the deltoids and the supraspinatus muscle, those two stabilize your arm in your rotator cuff socket. When this one's weak, then your arm bone shifts around, and that's why people have these rotator cuff problems. Okay, we're doing that one time. If it's, if you're tired, like I said, just bring your arms to the wall, that's okay. However, this time, okay, set your arms up, elbows are in, hands out. Make sure it's in, like the thumbs are outside of the band, right? Okay, good. Now set your double chin position. Okay, now bear down with your abs. Use your pelvic floor. That's right, bear down. Just think, you're not moving, but you just create that action, stabilizes the pelvic floor. And now hold that firm and then do the action. And rest. And recover. Okay. And now we'll put that down. And now let's just walk. Okay, the Achilles tendon factor. Take a step, stop, and bend your ankles. You should feel fatigued, surprisingly so, I would say. And as you're walking, notice how your toes are bending and the arches are bending. The heels come up. And you're going to notice that when you're walking around, like you'll just feel like you've got spring in your step again. Bam, bam. And yeah, please join me on Wednesday if you want to, that'd be fun. And we'll just keep getting stronger and more capable. We have a lot to do in our lives. Thanks for coming. See you next time.